Prepare stocks, sauces, and soups by grade 10 integrity.
Good day, Harmony Althea S. Ang, and this module was anchored on the following most essential learning competencies. Before we are going to start in our lesson, let us understand the concepts in prepare stocks, sauces, and soups. First is prepare soups required for menu items. Second is correct ingredients in preparing soups, including stocks and garnishes. Third, prepare a variety of soup recipe according to enterprise standards. Fourth is to present and evaluate soup's recipe following the criteria. Specifically, you are expected to identify and deal with problems in the preparation of soup, understand basic concepts and underlying theories in preparing soup, present and evaluating soup, and know the different culinary terms used in soups. Let's talk about the classifications of soups. Soups can be divided into 4 classes, which are clear soups, purees, thickened soups, and broths. First in the list is clear soups, or in French it is consommé, and in English it is consommé. Clear soups are basically rich in flavored clear broth made using any meat, veggies, herbs, and spices, and other flavorings. Second are purees. Purees are soft and creamy substance made of liquidized or crushed fruits and vegetables. Third are thickened soups. These soups are thickened by using flour, cornstarch, cream, vegetables, meat, and other ingredients. Last in our list is broth, or in French it is called bouillon. Broth is savory liquid made of water in which bones, meat, vegetables have been simmered.
General direction for making stocks.
Now, let's proceed to general directions for making stock. When you want to serve economical and savory meals, it should never be without stock, which forms the basis of all soups, good stews, sauces, and gravies. Now, I am going to present to you a video for you to be able to understand on how to make a stock. Proceed to clear soup stock. Remove all fat from the stock and turn it into a saucepan. For every quart, add the slightly beaten white of an egg and the shell broken into small pieces. Whisk over moderate heat until boiling. Boil for 2 minutes, then cover and simmer very gently for 20 minutes. Skim and strain through a muslin.
Culinary terms on soups and which are used in the industry.
Arborio rice, a short grain, stubby type of rice originally from Italy and named after a town in the Po Valley. With a higher starch content, the most rice properly cooked arborio rice is creamy but firm and chewy. All-purpose flour, a blend of high and low protein flours. The manufacturers blend the flour so that there is enough gluten in it to make a reasonable, often excellent loaf of bread, but not as much as that you will end up with a chewy birthday cake. Al dente. In Italian, the phrase means to the tooth, and is a term used to describe the correct degree of doneness when cooking pasta and vegetables. The food should have a slight resistance when biting into it, but should not be soft or overdone or have a hard center. Bard. To tie some type of fat, bacon or fat back, around what you are cooking to prevent it from drying out while roasting. Baste. To spoon, brush, or squirt a liquid, meat dropping stocks, barbecue sauce, melted butters, on food while it cooks, to prevent drying out and to add flavor. Braise is a cooking method where meat or vegetables are first browned in butter and or oil, then cooked in a covered pot in a small amount of cooking liquid at low heat for a long period. This slow cooking process both tenderizes the food by breaking down its fibers and creates a full flavored dish. Bouquet garni is a little bundle of herbs tied together or placed together in a piece of cheesecloth, used to enhance the flavor of a soup or stew. The classic combination of herbs is parsley, thyme, and bay leaves. Broth is the same thing as stock. A flavored liquid prepared by simmering meat, poultry, fish, or vegetable in water with some added herbs. This liquid can then be used for making soups, sauces, braises, or by itself.
Cabbage. Cabbage comes from the French word caboche, a colloquial term for the head. The most common cabbage is the tight-leaved, compact head that ranges in color from white to red, although there are a lot of varieties and types of cabbage, varying in size and in shape, worth trying. A cannelli bean. A cannelli bean is a large, white Italian kidney bean that is great for soups and stews. Canola oil. A canola oil is a market name for rapeseed. It is the most popular oil in Canada. It also contains more monosaturated fat than any other oil, like olive oil, as well as omega-3 fatty acids thought to help lower our cholesterol level. Chiffonade. A chiffonade is the French term for a particular knife cut where herbs and leafy greens are cut into tiny strips. Coleslaw, coming from the Dutch term koolsla, which means cool cabbage. It is a salad made with shredded cabbage mixed with mayonnaise as well as a variety of other ingredients. Cut in. Cut in is when a solid fat such as butter is mixed with a dry ingredient like flour until then form into small particles. I would use a food processor fitted with a metal blade and just pulse it. You can also use your trusty fingers to do the job, like how to do donuts and pizzas. Dashi. Dashi is a type of soup and stock fundamental in Japanese cooking, made with kelp and fermented bonito tuna flakes.
Hi, my name is Maymini Kawadari and this is my report. Granola. An Italian garnish consistent of minced garlic, parsley, lemon rind, and sometimes shredded basil. It is the most often used in garnish ossobuco. Gratin means with a brown crust of breadcrumbs and grated cheese. You may have heard of grated potatoes or grated tomatoes. Gumbo, a thick stew-like dish associated with a Creole cooking down in Louisiana. It typically has ingredients include okra, tomatoes, onion, and some protein like crab, shrimp, sausage, or chicken. The name of gumbo from a derivation of African word of okra. Hominy, an early gift from American Indians, hominy in dried corn kernels that had the hulls and germ removed either mechanical or chemical. Kimchi is an extremely pungent and very spicy condiment that is served at most Korean meals, made from fermented vegetables like turnips and cabbage that have been pickled. In Korea, they are then jarred, buried in the ground, and dug up when needed. To mix a work dough with a pliable mass, either manual or with mixer or food processor. When done by hand, you press the dough with the heels of your hands. Hold in half, give a quarter turn, and repeat until smooth and elastic. The last one, ladyfinger, shaped like a fat finger and delicate sponge cake that is used for making dessert like tiramisu and chocolates. You can usually purchase them in bakeries, supermarkets, or special markets.
Maitre d', short for Maitre d'Hotel, and is translated literally as the master of the hotel, is the head waiter who oversees assigning people to their tables in a restaurant. Part of their responsibilities may also include making sure the staff waiters are doing their jobs, training, handling complaints, and working as a liaison between the front of the house and the kitchen. In short, Maitre d'Hotel oversee the service of the food and beverages to guests in restaurants and other eating places. They also check reservations, greet guests, and supervise waiters and waitresses. Misclun, a combination of fancy young salad greens once hard to find but now popular and available pre-washed in the produce section of your supermarket. The mix usually contains a combination of arugula, dandelion, frizzy, oak leaf, radicchio, and sorrel. In short, misclun is a mix of assorted small young green salads. Munir, a fancy French name for miller's wife and refers to the cooking technique used. In this case, fish is seasoned with salt and pepper and then dredged with flour and sautéed in butter. Mirpo, a mixture of diced carrots, onions, celery, and herbs that have been sautéed in butter or oil and used to season soups and stews. Sometimes, mirpo will contain diced prosciutto or ham to enhance flavor. In short, mirpo is a flavor-based diced cooked vegetables. Mise en place. This technique is important and one that is hardest to get novice cooks to stick with. It is a French term for having all your ingredients prepped and ready to go before you start cooking. That means everything is cleaned, peeled, chopped, diced, and measured out. In short, this phrase means putting in place or everything in its place. Mongolian hot pot, a sort of Chinese fondue, this giant communal pot contains a simmering stock where diners cook a variety of raw, thinly sliced meats and vegetables.
Nap is to completely cover food with a light coating of sauce so that it forms a thin, even layer. Orzo in Italian means barley, but it is pasta that is shaped like rice. Ossobuco in Italian means bone with a hole, and that is where this dish derives its name. This dish comes from Milan in Italy's northern region of Lombardy. Pappardelle from the Italian city of Bologna, this long ribbon pasta measures from 6 to 10 inches long and anywhere from 1/2 to 1 wide and is great with hearty sauces because of its larger surface. Pesto, an uncooked sauce that can also be used as a condiment from Genoa, Italy, and usually contains fresh basil, garlic, pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, and olive oil. Pine nut is also called pignoli or Italian nut. Pine nuts come from pine trees. The nut is extracted from the cone, usually with heat, and is highly labor intensive, thus expensive. Pesto is the French version of Italy's pesto without pine nuts or parsley.
Thank you for listening. Presented by Grade 10 Integrity.